Hi guys, it's Sky from Miss Sky Digital Marketing, and today we're going to cover how I went from 0 to 40K in less than 6 months and how you can as well. I wanted to make this video because I haven't made, a full-length journey video until today. If you guys have been on my YouTube channel for a long time, you will know that I started making a YouTube channel in 2017, just documenting my journey, starting off when I took Seth's course versus now when I am now a remote worker after having a job for almost 2 years and then going back to remote work. If you want to learn how I went from not having any skills at all into digital marketing and then learning through the course and other resources and then getting my own clients and then my own job and then going back to having my own clients again, if you want to know how that moment went full circle and how I'm here and how you can get here as well, please keep watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out and make sure that I know what I'm doing and making sure that I'm giving you guys the best content as possible. So if you are ready, let's get started. So I started digital marketing back in 2017, back in February 2017. At the time, I was suffering from chronic migraines. I barely had any money to my name. I was still living with my parents because I was supposed to be going to school and could not afford to go to school, and I was also sick, so I could not go to school either way. And then on top of that, I had no skills, so I was just a hot mess, so in the best way I can possibly say. So at the time, I was looking for a way out, and that meant that I went to YouTube and just looked up how to make money online, like most of these stories start out. And I know it kind of sounds cliche, but I just wanted to see if there was any way out of my situation, and here I am. So I looked up how to make money online, and I stumbled upon Engineer's Truth's video of featuring Seth and a student. I will link it down below and just show you where it got started. But yeah, so I probably watched that video back in December of 2016, and then it took me till February of 2017 to actually purchase the course. And there was something just telling me that I needed to take the course. I had never previously bought any kind of course online before, so it was very overwhelming because A, I had no money, and B, because I had never bought a course before, and I was very, I was afraid that it was a scam like most people, because it's very common when you're buying your first course to feel like it's a scam. And so with zero money to my name, I took the plunge, I took the course, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I have a whole video just talking about me taking the course beforehand, but I will do a quick recap right now. So basically, you have the course for 30 days, and I always recommend people to constantly watch the videos as much as possible. You're paying a certain amount for videos, and you can watch them as many times as you want. So make sure if you do take the course that you watch it as much as possible, like I did. At the time, I had a lot of free time, so I was able to take notes, and I was able to soak up the content and make sure I fully understood what was in the course, because I had no prior knowledge whatsoever. So it's a really good beginner's course, and it's really great for anyone that wants to even know just more about digital marketing and see how us advertisers market to you guys on a daily basis, and how how the world of advertising works now, because it is completely different than it was even 10 years ago and definitely 20 years ago. So if you want to learn more about how to advertise online, make sure you check the link down below, and away you go. So I first took the course, and if you haven't watched the course, or if you don't know about the course, once you start, getting your skills, you want to make a website, you want to make a portfolio, and you want to start getting clients, or you want to get a job, or you can do both. And so when I tell people that, I wanted to make a custom website, I really meant I wanted to make a custom website, and it took me over a month, because I wanted to look exactly the way I wanted it to look. I had looked at hundreds of other sites, and no Squarespace or Wix was getting to where I wanted it to go. So I ended up making my own website using DBTheme, which again, I then learned skills on how to build websites, because if you can't pay someone to build a website, you have to learn it on your own, which then again, I turned to YouTube, which then helped me, make my website, and, off we go. So once I made my website, I started contacting people and doing cold calls, because once I had my website look exactly how I wanted it to look, I presented myself in a way that I was able to get clients. I had no idea what I was doing. When you're first starting out, it's very nerve-wracking, because you see all these people with all these results and all these testimonials, learning about social media marketing, and then getting their own clients, and you're like, oh my god, like how am I going to do this? What special sauce do they use to get there? And honestly, there is no special sauce. Like, the best way I can explain it is that you just have to try and you have to be confident. I say this anytime when I have calls with my students, and I say this anytime I have a video. You guys have to be confident in the way that you present yourself and the way that you approach clients or employers, because it's very important that they see you as a professional at all times. And as long as you are presenting yourself in a professional manner, they will, hopefully hand you over some money. So, which is the goal. So, as once you start getting into a rhythm and you know what you're gonna say when you write down your scripts and when you have your emails ready, there is a whole, chapter on this in the course that, Seth goes over. But, in addition to the course, you have to learn how to present yourself over cold emails and calls and, just presenting yourself in person. And once you start having those client meetings, there's so many things that you have to learn how to do. And the only way that you're truly going to learn those things, once you start reading and, reading blogs and watching videos and how to land clients, is to do it, because no one can give you exactly the right amount of information until you try. It's like you can learn so much in books, but until you try, you will not fully have the full picture. So once I started getting my own clients, I decided that I wanted to work at a digital marketing agency, mainly because I wanted to learn from more people and I wanted to be around people that were like me in my area. My area before I moved to Seattle wasn't as big as Seattle, so I wanted to, kind of find my own little group within my city that I could actually talk to people about my craft, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm obsessed with digital marketing, like to the T. Like I in my video that you'll see on Seth's testimonial page, is that it damn near saved my life. And I kind of say that like in a joke, but I also say it in a very serious way, because if it weren't for the skill, I don't know exactly where I would be. I was planning to go to UO and, planned all this stuff out. I wanted to go to college since I was a little girl. And so when I started getting chronic migraines, literally 4 days after I graduated high school and had my entire life flipped upside down, I had to figure out a way eventually to, move on. And this was my moving on, this was my moving on hope, my moving on skill. And once you start learning skills online, you just want to keep going, because there's so many things that you can do. And one of the reasons why I love digital marketing so much is that it's so versatile. You can learn it for clients, you can learn it for employers, or you can start your own e-commerce store. There's so many things that you can do to, to market online and advertise online, and that's the beauty of a skill. And once you start learning about it, you never want to stop. If it's truly the right skill for you, it will just click like it did. I have people ask me all the time, how did I, get here, or how did I want to keep learning? And I just became obsessed, because, I didn't want to code, or I didn't want to do graphic design, because they were both just not in my niche. But I feel like digital marketing is really great for people that are both analytical and also into design and being creative, because you have to do both. It's not just where you can be creative or just, be a coder. It's like that sweet spot where you still could design things, but you also get to be technical as well. So if you have any of those, scratches and itches to do both, I would make sure to check out digital marketing. But yeah, so once I landed my job, which took me 6 months, it was a huge step for me, and I'd only managed about 5 to 10 clients before I had gotten my job. And so I went from managing 5 to 10 client accounts to 100 plus in less than 30 days. And, at the time it sounded very overwhelming, but at the best I can say is that it's not, because once you start learning these skills, it's like wash and repeat. Everything just goes by super fast, and you just want to make sure that you do everything correct. And the best way to make sure that you do everything correctly is to learn as much as possible. Sorry, my video cut out. But what I was saying is that the more that you learn is the more that you earn. And what I mean by this is that when you learn as much as possible, you are able to give them best judgment and the best objective views onto clients' accounts. And what do I mean by this is that once you start acting on clients' accounts, it's important that you provide the best information and the best judgment as possible, because employers are trusting you to manage their accounts and give the best ROI as possible. And the only way that you can do this is to learn as much about digital marketing as possible and about your client's niche. So when you do, you're able to provide them the best information and the best optimization for their account as possible. Because once you're able to do this and being able to do this for employers and for accounts, you know, the sky is literally the limit. And I know this all sounds very cliche, but it's true, because once you can start managing accounts to their best ability, and once you're able to provide people the best ROI, they will hand you money left and right. And it's because people just want to, the reason why digital marketers exist and the reason why they trust us is because they want to make sure that they're doing the best with their advertising dollars as possible. And the best way to make sure that that is done is by providing their accounts to people like us to make sure that their accounts are spending wisely in the best way that they can be optimized, in the best way that their ads are showing, in the best way that their audiences are getting targeted. And that's all up to you to decide. And so it's important to learn as much as possible about this skill, because when you are able to provide clients with the best information, with the best ROI as possible, it feels great. It feels great to know that I've helped, you know, hundreds of people and helped them get leads to their insurance company, or helping dentistries, or helping photographers, because at the end of the day, you are a person that is providing a service to another business owner. And so it's important to make sure that you have their needs first in hand. And the best way to make sure you do that is to make sure that you learn as much as possible about your skill and about your client. Because once you're able to provide both those things to your client, you know, the sky's the limit and the account will work well. So if you want to learn more about digital marketing, if you want to learn how I went from 0 to 40K in less than 6 months, how I went from managing 0 to over 400 accounts a year plus in less than 6 months, and if you want to learn how I went from 0 to 40K and then went back to getting my own clients again after, you know, in only 2 years and at only the age of 21, if you want to learn how I did all of these things in such a short amount of time, I suggest that you follow the link down below and watch the mini course. Seth has now provided a free mini course for everyone, just so you can get a little touch and sweetness of the course and you can see if it's a good fit for you. I'm so happy that he did this, because now people are able to watch a little bit of the course and see if it's a good fit for you. So I suggest that you just go down below, see it, watch it, and then see if you think it will be a good fit for you. If you have any questions about the course, feel free to email me or message me on Instagram. I'm always here. I'm always here to make sure that people are purchasing this course in the best timely manner, making sure that it's a good fit for you, because I don't want people spending money on a course that they think that they won't be able to, you know, provide the best service to them. And, you know, taking this course is a huge commitment, and it's a commitment that you have to make to yourself. You know, at the end of the day, you're spending your money, your hard worked money, and you want to make sure that you can, you know, provide as much effort to this course as possible. So if you're ready to kick some ass, and if you're ready to learn a new skill, learn about digital marketing through the course or through anywhere else online, I wish you nothing but the best, and I will keep posting videos just talking about my journey. I'll do a day in the life of digital marketing. I'll do a recap on my life. Hi guys. So if you're ready to learn how I went from 0 to 40K and how you can too, check the link down below. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram or comment down below. As always, I wish you nothing but the best. Keep learning and keep earning. Until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.